Most animal abuse cases involve cats and dogs, but animal cruelty laws in Arizona extend to all domestic pets, service animals, working animals, livestock, and poultry. Sometimes animal cruelty is a felony in Arizona, but other times it can result in misdemeanor charges. Either way, it can carry significant fines, probation, and even jail time. Knowing about animal abuse laws in Arizona can help charged individuals and victimized pet owners make informed legal decisions that prioritize fairness and justice. Educate yourself on animal cruelty laws and consult a reliable law team like Jackson White Law to increase your chances of achieving the best possible outcome. If you are being accused of animal cruelty, you should contact a trusted attorney experienced in criminal law to help you build a strong defense, especially if the animal abuse was unintentional, unknowing, or in the name of self-defense. On the other hand, if you believe that one of your pets or animals is the victim of animal abuse, you should contact a qualified personal injury lawyer who can help you fight for restitution. Purposeful or careless acts that result in an animal's pain, suffering, or distress are considered animal cruelty in Arizona. Arizona statutes against animal cruelty cover domestic pets, service animals, working animals, cattle, and poultry. Animal cruelty laws continue to evolve to promote the well-being of pets, working animals, and livestock. For example, the Animal Welfare Act has been amended several times since it was introduced to Congress in 1965, expanding to cover more situations, animal species, and geographical locations. Knowing your state's animal cruelty laws can help you obtain the best possible outcome in the face of animal abuse, mistreatment, or death. If you have been charged with animal abuse, you should contact a trustworthy criminal defense attorney immediately. Having an expert in animal cruelty laws advocating for you in court is crucial. Alternatively, if you are the owner of a victimized animal, consult with our personal injury attorney. Animal cruelty is a generalized legal term that comprises various acts that result in an animal's suffering, injury, or death. Under Arizona law, the following actions are considered animal cruelty when they are committed intentionally, knowingly, or recklessly: subjecting an animal under your custody or control to cruel negligence or abandonment; failing to provide medical attention that is necessary to prevent protracted suffering to an animal under your custody or control; inflicting unnecessary physical injury to an animal; killing an animal under the custody or control of another person without legal privilege or consent of the owner; leaving an animal unattended and confined in a motor vehicle when physical injury or death is likely; subjecting an animal to cruel mistreatment; interfering with, killing, or harming a working or service animal; allowing a dog under your custody or control to interfere with, kill, or cause physical injury to a service animal; obtaining or exerting unauthorized control over a service animal with the intent to deprive the handler of their services. In most cases, these actions require intent, knowledge, or recklessness to be considered animal cruelty. Therefore, an individual who unintentionally or unknowingly commits one of these actions may not be found guilty of animal cruelty. Arizona's animal cruelty laws cover both animal abuse and abandonment, two distinct but related concepts. Understanding the difference between animal abuse and abandonment can make it easier to understand what penalties someone might face after committing those crimes. What is animal abuse? Animal abuse is the deliberate or careless treatment of an animal to cause it pain, suffering, or discomfort, including physical abuse, neglect, torture, or any action that can lead to injury or death. Some examples of animal abuse include depriving a pet of food, water, or rest; neglecting to take an animal to the vet when it needs medical attention; punching, kicking, or striking an animal. In addition to the examples above, any instance of animals being intentionally harmed could qualify as animal abuse. What is animal abandonment? Animal abandonment is when an individual in charge of an animal deliberately deserts it, either by putting it at risk of starvation or leaving it on its own. Some examples of animal abandonment are leaving an animal alone in a far-off place, tying up a pet without food or water, putting a crated pet somewhere dangerous, like the side of a highway. Animal abandonment usually involves discarding a household's pet, but it can apply to any animal that needs care, including livestock. How do their legal penalties vary? Although both are forms of animal cruelty, animal abuse usually involves direct harm or neglect, while animal abandonment refers to someone leaving an animal in hazardous circumstances. Arizona's laws regarding animal abuse and abandonment can result in different charges and accompanying consequences based on the circumstances and seriousness of the offense. Depending on the degree of harm caused, the offender's intent, and whether the incident was aggravating and involved several animals or prior offenses, both offenses can range from misdemeanors to felonies. There are some notable exceptions to Arizona's animal cruelty laws. Arizona law states that the following scenarios may be exempt from legal consequences. Protecting livestock. When a dog or predatory animal kills or wounds livestock, the property owner, controller, or lessee can place poisoned bait on the property to protect their livestock. The owner, controller, or lessee must post adequate warnings to people who enter the property from the time the poison is placed until it is removed. The warning must be readable at least 50 feet away and include a poison statement, the poison symbol, and the word danger or warning. Rodent abatement property owners, lessees, and controllers may place poison in and immediately around their buildings to control wild and domestic rodents. Fishing and hunting one may not be guilty of animal cruelty if they kill an animal while participating in approved hunting or fishing activities, which the Arizona Game and Fish Department governs. To participate, residents are expected to have updated hunting licenses, hunt within the specified dates, kill only approved animal species, and abide by all other guidelines. Although the situations above can be exempt from the regulations established in Arizona's animal cruelty laws, you may still benefit from consulting a trusted attorney before conducting those activities. Breaking animal cruelty laws in Arizona is a serious offense. Occasionally, animal cruelty comes with misdemeanor charges. At different times, animal cruelty is a felony in Arizona, meaning it can carry heavy legal ramifications, such as fines, probation, and even jail time. Therefore, if you're charged with animal cruelty, you should consult a skilled criminal defense attorney with experience with cases regarding animal abuse laws in Arizona. With competent legal representation and court advocacy, a talented attorney can help you achieve the best outcome possible. If you have been charged with animal cruelty, call the Jackson White Criminal Law Team at 480-745-1639 to discuss your case today. Moreover, if you are an owner of an animal that you believe is the victim of animal cruelty, you should talk to a qualified personal injury attorney to increase your chances of receiving fair restitution for the animal's suffering. Animal cruelty cases in Arizona can be very complex, but a reliable law team can facilitate each step of the process. If your pet is the victim of animal cruelty, call our personal injury team at 480-745-1639 to discuss your case today.